Hello everyone, this is WFSE with L&I Interpreters. Today, I'm going to talk about how the SOSi company is ready to collect worker compensation premiums from interpreters and union dues for the WFSE union. So please watch this entire video for all the details. Now let's get started. All of this is happening pretty soon, and many of you have contacted us with questions and concerns about what's to come. But before we get into it, I have an election update for you. Remember to pause this video at any time in order to read the information on the screen. On June 25th, a couple of days ago, the Public Employment Relations Commission, better known as PERC, responded to our response to their deficiency notice. So let's explore what they said. As I explained in previous videos, PERC sent us a deficiency notice stating that we didn't provide the required 30% of signed cards to trigger the election, and they gave us until June 16th to make our case to keep our election petition alive. We responded by challenging much of the reasoning behind their deficiency notice, including the fact that the list of employees provided by L&I is highly inaccurate. We also noted that only L&I interpreters who took at least one appointment through the WorkBridge scheduling system should be included in the list to vote. As a response to the concerns we have raised with the whole process, PERC is inviting L&I and the WFSE union to address our response. They have until July 9th to submit their responses to PERC. All of this means that the PERC is considering our concerns and needs to hear from all parties involved before they decide on our election petition. We will keep you updated as this process unfolds. And this brings me to the SOSi email announcement that has so many interpreters concerned. On June 20th, SOSi emailed interpreters announcing that as of July 1st, 2025, SOSi will begin deducting workers' compensation premiums for payments or from payments to interpreters for services performed on or after that date, citing that they have been covering the full cost of the premiums on behalf of interpreters. Still, it isn't a sustainable long-term solution for them. That's why they're doing that. SOSi is also revealing that they are configuring their payroll and accounting systems to deduct union dues from interpreters. As you know, the failed bargaining contract between L&I and the WFSE union takes effect in July, as they are eager to collect union dues from interpreters despite failing to provide anything or to improve our working conditions. You can now read this image to see the deduction amount for L&I interpreters, as of July 1st, of course. Now, many interpreters are upset because SOSi isn't providing an option to interpreters for opting out of paying for this workers' compensation, right? After all, we're independent contractors, we're not L&I employees. And guess what? I agree with that. The issue is that according to the revised Code of Washington, as it appears on the screen right here, only an employer, or SOSi in this case, may file a petition to exclude interpreters from the mandatory coverage. And unfortunately, status as an independent contractor is not even sufficient to be exempt from participating in the workers' compensation program. The criteria for exemption as an independent contractor are pretty strict. You can now read the entire criteria on the screen. I won't get into it because of time, but I do believe we do meet all the criteria to be exempt, by the way. You know what you could do is you can request that SOSi file an exemption with L&I on your behalf, but it's not a guarantee that L&I will grant an individual or a collective exemption for interpreters, unfortunately. Please know that this is one more issue arising because the WFSE union failed to amend the law to provide interpreters with options. This is all on them. As far as union deductions, what the SOSi company neglected to tell you is that if you didn't sign a form to be a member with the WFSE union, you don't have to worry about union deductions. They shouldn't be deducting union dues from your paycheck, so check with them. However, if you are a member of the WFSE union currently, or if you recently signed a membership form with them and you don't want to reward them anymore for their incompetence with your money, you have the right to opt out of WFSE and stop paying union dues. Go to optouttoday.com/WFSE1671 to do so and keep your hard-earned money. See you in the next one.